Welcome to the Third Generation Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Eric and Rob.
Welcome in, everybody. Third Generation Wrestling Podcast. You know what it is. We here once again. AEW Full Gear, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm your host, The Real Big E. Co-host, Rob the Ambassador. How's it going, man? I know you didn't had a few tonight, but what's going on?
Man, I have had a few. It's going good. Anxious to talk about this pay-per-view. Took place in Minneapolis, the hometown of my all-time favorite musical artist, Prince. And yeah, I'm anxious to talk about this one.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, joined by special guest MJ Book, host of the Countdown podcast. What's going on? Checked out your latest episode earlier. I had to finish it up later, but I enjoyed what I heard so far.
It was a fun episode, and of course, it's always fun being here at 3GW, and this could be one of the more interesting episodes we've had recently. This could be up there.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I mean, based on things I've already said coming on here, I'm kind of shocked, but okay. All right. We had the buy-in, which featured. Well, first, I guess y'all didn't catch the whole thing. I'm guessing.
You know, man, I feel bad. I was out working today, and unfortunately, I missed this one, and I feel bad because I love Hikaru Shida, love Thunder Rosa, but unfortunately, I did not see this entire match, so I can't really grade it. It wouldn't be right to do.
I was working, and I had an extremely long call because I'm a call center rep, and so I had to get cleaned up and everything. I just did not have enough time.
All right, well, pretty much they had Dante Martin come out, and the Acclaim came out. Max Caster did his thing, and after that, they did the match. They did the match. Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter versus Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida, and I honestly thought this was one of the better buy-in matches that they've had in a long time. I mean, just a straight up match. This was good, really good. This was really good. Pretty much, you can kind of predict that Nyla Rose, while she still did a good job. It was a good showing for her, but the one misstep, of course, came with her. You know, so it's I guess no surprise really, but I still gave this a high TV quality. This would it could be a show still on a Dynamite, but I don't think it was quite pay-per-view worthy. It was where it needed to be on the buy-in, but it wasn't bad, if that makes sense. The baby faces won. Hikaru Shida did win with a roll up on Nyla, but it was still a good match. I like that they had Serena Deeb ringside, kind of building some tension between her and Hikaru Shida, and it's good storytelling. The only other downside was, Vicky screaming at ringside, but you could block that noise out and still enjoy the match. So yeah, that TV quality.
But can I ask quickly, why did they have Matt Caster come out?
Oh, Max Caster, that was a separate segment. So they did a segment with Dante Martin, because Dante Martin's from Minnesota. So they just brought him out real quick. And then, AEW's got everybody's in a faction. So they're trying to get him to join, Team Taz. And the Acclaim came out and pretty much said, no, you should join the Acclaim. And that's what that was about. he ended up attacking them and taking them out. And, you know, it was just a good hometown babyface rub. That was all it was.
We've mentioned that on the podcast before, but Book mentioned that a lot of factions in AEW.
Too many.
Yeah. And I actually think Matt Caster looks like a broke down Russell Wilson.
Damn. Come on, man.
Looks like a rich Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Alfonso Rivera. I mean, that's
All
how
right.
Russell looks.
Well, we get to the main card, and they kick off the show with Darby Allen versus MJF. And I love the entrances here. Of course, the one with, you know, Darby Allen, that was pretty good. I'll edit that out. The entrances, I like the Darby Allen, the video package, I like that. And MJF coming out in that purple Burberry robe. Hey, he's the
like
heel.
A Prince reference or something?
That was Prince.
Yeah, it gotta be. It was,
but
yeah, there was a lot of purple tonight. We'll touch on some other purple here in a little bit. But I gotta say, man, I didn't have high expectations for this match. I thought it would be good. I didn't think it would be great. I didn't think I would end up loving this fucking thing. I didn't think it ended up getting as much time as it got, that the crowd would be so into it. And I'm sorry that exchange at the beginning, I don't know how y'all felt about it, but I didn't like the ring around the rosy shit. I'll tell you that right now. But everything else I thought was pretty cool. The exchange and the near falls, and then they both kicked up and, you know, did the whole standout thing. I always like that. I always enjoy that. To me, that's a sign of a great match. And these two got a lot of time. Man, Darby Allen with these coffin drops, he's got to stop this shit. His damn career is gonna get cut short, shorter than we all believe it's gonna be. Shawn Spears and Wardlow tried to come out, but Sting thwarted them with the bat and the steel chair. I love that. And man, the match ended in MJF fashion. I predicted it was going to happen. He brings in the skateboard and tries to get, you know, Darby Allin to use it on him. He doesn't, of course. He's the babyface. Gives it to the ref. With the ref's back turn, MJF with the ring takes out Darby Allin, gets the win, and yeah, that's it. I gave this superb because I was loving this. This was like the best way to kick off the show, and I was very happy with the decision to start the show with this match, and it was way better than I thought it was going to be with these two. MJF hit the nail on the head. It's him, it's Darby, it's Sammy, and I forgot the last. The four pillars, he said. MJF, Sammy, Darby, and somebody else. But yeah, anyway, superb. Rob, what'd you think?
Okay, I couldn't go superb, but I did go pay-per-view worthy. First of all, I love the technical wrestling these guys were doing. I love that stuff. That's what I came up with. Really, really enjoyed it. But there were times when I felt like some of it looked like kind of a choreographed dance, and I don't really like that. There was a time where they were both like laying on their backs on the canvas, and they were lifting each other up, and they were doing this thing, and it just. And then you talked about the roll-ups where they were rolling around the ring. That just looked too choreographed to me. Too much like you know what I mean. To me, a great match shouldn't look like. Even though we know you rehearse the matches, and even though we know it shouldn't look like that. It should flow and it should look natural. And I thought there were just a few moments in this match where it didn't look natural. But, and one more thing, even though I enjoyed the classic wrestling, I thought with the the animosity these two had in the match. I thought it would be just a little bit more physical, just a little bit more. But I'm not going to bring the match down too much for that, because I thought the technical wrestling was so great outside of the few moments that I spoke of. So I'm going to go pay-per-view worthy, high pay-per-view worthy, because I was entertained, and it was better than I thought, especially in the case of MJF. I thought it was better than what we would get from them.
I gave this pay-per-view worthy. As far as the opening, it didn't bother me as much because I felt this was a way to show off MJF. Because early in his AEW career, nobody can deny tremendous heel, but his wrestling was pathetic. It was horrible. It was terrible. He is leaps and bounds from what he was at the beginning of AEW. And I think this was a way to show him off how much he's improved. Now, the ring around the rosy thing, that was too much. At that point, it was just too much. I thought I was watching a kindergarten playground session. It just was too much. But MJF has greatly improved. The next heel to be a champion soon after Kenny Omega heel is going to be, I think, MJF. And so this was a great showing for him. It was a very good match. It did go a little better than I thought it would go. And that's not because of Darby. I knew he'd bring it. My doubts were still about MJF. Those doubts are over. He looked very, very good in this match. He's greatly improved. He's clearly working on it. And the sky's the limit for that guy. He really could go down as the biggest star potentially in AEW. He's gotten that. He's improved that far. And just think how good he'll be in about 3 months. So pay-per-view worthy. It was a good match.
Yeah, I was enthralled. I really was. They were telling a great story, and I don't think it's over. I think this will continue. So look forward to seeing more between those two. After that, we got the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The FTR challenging the Lucha Bros. I like the Lucha Bros entrance. I like a lot of the entrances tonight. Gave this show a bigger feel to it. This match there's nothing wrong with this match. I just want to put that out there. There was absolutely nothing wrong with this match. It just wasn't the all-out match. That's the best way I can put it. FTR, they're a fine tag team. They're a different style than the Young Bucks. They're a different style than a lot of other tag teams in AEW. But I still feel like it was a solid match. I still feel like it was my grade, pay-per-view worthy. And the Lucha Bros won. I didn't like the ending. I will say that. The ending was kind of out of nowhere with Cash Wheeler putting the mask on and that whole situation. That was I don't know. It was just weird. But at the end of the day, I did think Lucha Bros were going to lose. And there was a couple of times in the match I thought they were going to lose. But they pull out the win. I still think it's pay-per-view worthy. I still think it was a great match. It's damn sure better than a lot of matches that we've had to be punished through this year. So damn sure pay-per-view worthy still. It just wasn't, mind-blowing, I guess. So that's why I just say it was pay-per-view worthy. Book.
This match was a little weird. There were moments in this match that I kind of looked and I'm like, and so middle of the road, and then the stupid mask at the end. That was dumb. That was so stupid. And so unfortunately, I have to give this match some bullshit. The mask was dumb. It was so dumb. It was just pointless. That had no friggin' point. I would get it, and I said it with Rob, that the ref is going to stop the match because he said, you weren't the legal man. Had that happened, fine. Mask made sense. Shivani, I think, mentioned it on the mic a little bit, but it didn't go anywhere. So it was pointless. It just was pointless. It was dumb. It was awkward. And so unfortunately, this was some bullshit. Just some bullshit, man.
Okay. Well, for me, look, I don't know, man. This match it was just kind of awkward for me. I know both of these teams can go, especially the Lucha Bros. I mean, we've seen them in some epic matches with the Young Bucks. And I'm trying not to look, obviously, FTR are not the Young Bucks, so it's not fair to bring down the match because they're not the Young Bucks.
They're good, though.
Yeah, I thought there was good work in this match, but I could only go pay-per-view worthy, and it's just right at pay-per-view worthy for me. The whole thing at the end with the mask, I don't know what they were trying to do or what kind of drama they were trying to bring to the match. It just was awkward. It felt out of place, and it felt unnecessary. I think you just could have had.
Can I just say it?
Yeah.
Can I just say it?
Go
It
ahead.
felt racist.
Oh, okay. Now, okay, you got to expand on that because I'm not sure what you mean. So, do you mean because
A white dude had on a luchador mask?
I wasn't even thinking that.
To be honest, okay, look, I do see your point. I wasn't thinking it at the time because it wasn't a lucha mask. It was just a basic ugly ass green mask.
Ugly cheap mask.
It was a luchador mask. It was cheap as hell, but it was still a luchador mask.
I called them the ding dongs. Eric, you'll get that.
Yeah,
it's WCW.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm thinking the hostess cakes and kind of getting hungry right now when you say it because I haven't eaten in a while. But but yeah, man. So for me, pay-per-view worthy. It just snuck in there, but I expected a little more. But you know, the ending was just garbage. But the work itself, not so bad.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just by myself on this. I was enjoying this show. I don't have any complaints yet outside of the mask. You know. After that, we got Bryan Danielson versus Mural, the World Title Eliminator Tournament final. And yet again, I mean, this was great. I mean, obviously these two have chemistry from their days in WWE. So they're not strangers to each other. So they know at the bare minimum how each other works. And I thought that they had a good story. Both of them have neck issues. Like that, Bryan was working the leg of Miro, even though JR did make a good point for once that sometimes wrestlers would tape the non-hurt leg so that people wouldn't target the leg that's actually hurt. But he did call him Daniel Bryan in the match, right?
Yeah, he did. He did. I heard it.
He did what JR does.
He did it twice.
But you know what? Look, Big E, and this isn't to bust you out, but when we did our prediction,
I did too.
Yeah,
I'm not on TV though.
It's not a diss. I'm saying it's just hard because we know him as Daniel Bryan for so long.
Right.
It's hard not to jump into your mind.
Well, would that be the first time we hear WWF stuff or WWE stuff?
No.
It fit with the night.
But, I thought this was a really, really, really good match as well. Pay-per-view worthy. I mean, just kind of the theme of the night for me. So far, I thought that they both really brought it in this match. I enjoyed it. Yet again, the ending was a little, but I liked the intensity because there was that point where they both were wearing the badges of honor, especially Mural. The side of his head was all bruised up, and he was no selling those kicks from Daniel Bryan, and they both were, countering each other's submissions, and just came down to Daniel Bryan hitting that DDT off the top rope, and I know they mentioned the whole neck thing, but if he would just DDT'd him and pinned him, I probably would have been okay. But he DDT'd him and went for another submission, and then the ref rang the bell, which made it all awkward and shit. It was just like, why didn't you just go for the cover? Like that's the only thing I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to bury the match because of that. But at the end of the day, just like in a movie, you gotta seal the deal. You gotta, if you finally get that girl you've been wanting to get home, and you get there, and you don't
like
finish
certain
right.
Other movies, certain other movies, you got to have the money shot. You got to finish it off, right?
Oh my God!
And I don't know, they missed the mark on that ending, but outside of that, I think it was still pay-per-view worthy. So, Rob, what'd you think?
Yeah, pay-per-view worthy, like you, kind of a theme going on. Look, I like both of this. To me, these two guys could have put on a superb match. They could have. But it was just, look, man, it was great work. It just wasn't all the way there the way it could have or should have been. I still enjoyed the match. I predicted Danielson. I almost said Daniel Bryan, but I predicted Bryan Danielson to win. But there was a time during the match when I thought Miro actually could pull it off. So that's the sign of a match that pulls you in and almost has you convinced that it could go the way you didn't think it would. But in the end, Danielson did win, but it still fell short of what I thought it could have been. But falling short and being pay-per-view worthy is still a good match.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Rob Venus for showing up. Money shot.
You got to finish it off, man. You can't have a great. You got to have the big finish.
Just don't pull out the big Valboski. We'll be all right.
You just made it sound like the big Rob Boski, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
End of the year right there.
I haven't shared with you.
Right.
That's end of the year right there. Save it, please. As far as this match, some more bullshit.
How?
The match was okay. But that ending was just.
But you killing the whole match because of the ending.
We all
admit the ending was bad.
The ending was really bad. It was so out of the blue. It was too out of the blue. And they said, he knocked him out. And do you remember what you said seconds before that? You can't make him submit. Oh no, they made it worse. They made him get knocked out. I mean, it was just dumb. It was just a stupid ending. I really despise that ending. It was actually worse than the one before. And that had a stupid mask. This was just dumb. And I just don't get why you do that to Miro. I'm sorry, but the artist formerly known as Daniel Bryan doesn't need the win. I just don't think he needed it. I wanted Miro. I agreed with you with what you said in the prediction show. Miro needs this a lot more than the artist formerly known as Daniel Bryan. He's a made man. He's one of those guys, he can travel. He's made as soon as he shows up. Yep. Miro is not a made man. He's having to work. So I just did not think that he needed to lose this match. I was a little upset by it, and the ending was just horrible. So unfortunately, this was just some bullshit. And to quote you, Eric, seems to be the run of the night at this point for me.
I see the point about Danielson being a made man, but look, he's new to AEW. Obviously, you want him to be one of your top guys. Miro has already been a title holder, so look, he took a loss on this one. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Not the same.
Well, okay. Look, everybody's different. I'm just saying, I don't think I think it could have played out better. So Mural looked better. I mean, just to have him get knocked out. I mean, you have a little guy like Daniel Bryan knock out Mural. That was horrible. But I understand why they would have Danielson win. You brought him in. This is his first match on a major pay-per-view, and you're going to have him lose?
No, but my other problem is the thing they've been saying all week. This dude has wrestled every week since he got signed. He even wrestled Friday or Dynamite, and like, yeah, they keep saying, oh, he should be tired. He should have been resting instead of wrestling like Mural was, and he still beat Mural. So a tired came into the match with a shiner. Bryan Danielson beat a fully rested Mural. That's bad booking.
Agreed. One of the rare moments you and I are in a perfect agreement.
So
I know.
All right.
It is. That means, like I said, a comet's barreling towards Earth right now. That's what happens.
No,
when y'all
don't say
agree,
that.
that's what's going to happen.
I'm sure it'll end soon.
Yeah.
We got the trios tag team falls count anywhere match, the Super Click, Young Bucks and Adam Cole versus Jurassic Express and Christian. Young Bucks looking like they came out of, I don't know what they're trying to do, but they look like fucking the Power Rangers movie. Ivan Ooze spit them out his nose.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. They look damn ridiculous. All that purple. I appreciate Jurassic Express coming out in the jeans. Like, it's a Falls Count Anywhere match. We dressed to fight. Y'all dressed to do flips and kicks and have bad dubbing. But this was one of those hard to keep up with, shit's happening everywhere type match. And I thought about Rob a lot during this match because I'm like, well, I know Rob doesn't like that. And I know Rob doesn't like when they do that. But I thought it was fun. You know, you kind of had to just, you know, suspend your disbelief like you're watching a Marvel movie, I guess. I like that with Cole and Jungle Boy going at it at the beginning. They got to get those two in a one-on-one match. That's just inevitable, right? The steel chair got introduced.
Did they have one already on Dynamite?
Yeah.
They did.
They did.
Right.
When Cole first broke in, I thought that was his
They
first
did.
major opponent.
That was. They did fight.
They got to go at it again, though. They're not done. Obviously, they have unfinished business. But Christian hit the kill switch on Cole to the chair, and then Cole comes back in with a trash can, taking out Luchasaurus. Jungle Boy hit 2 suicide dives. He goes for a third corkscrew over the top rope, but gets met midair with a trash can to the head, which is pretty cool. They had, multiple referees for this match because it's Falls Count Anywhere, and you got 6 guys. I noticed that Cole had got busted open from a chair combo by Jurassic Express. Matt Jackson with an elbow drop on Luchasaurus through a table. This is maybe the only thing I didn't like with the match, when they did this whole thing with Christian Cage fighting through the crowd, and he was gonna go for a splash, and he was like, "Oh no, I'm not high enough," and he went up some more. Like, they're dazed and confused that long for you to like, nah, I ain't high enough yet. Wait a minute, hold on, let me
save it, please.
let me get
Save
up
it, please.
here.
Just that.
And then when he finally did the splash, it looked like shit.
It did. It looked like shit. He's not wrong. It looked like shit.
Like all that, and that's all you got? Damn, man. Again, if you use that other analogy, talked all that shit, and then you came with that C game. All right. I'll be curious when y'all get to this part, when y'all do your reviews about the thumbtacks in the mouth and the super kick. And then they did the whole, I like the tornado, but they brought in the ladder, and Christian did, now he did make up for that because he did a nasty tornado DDT on Nick on that ladder. That was pretty good. They all go and fight out by the ramp, and all this it was just too much shit going on. There was a Panama Sunrise on the ramp, and then Luchasaurus broke that up. They had thumbtack knee pads and went for the BTE trigger on Jungle Boy. But it is Jungle Boy channeling his edge, his inner edge, and hitting a concerto on Matt Jackson to get the win. And all that chaos, I'm still right there. It's still pay-per-view worthy to me. It was still a fun match outside of the whole Christian debacle with all that one spot. But everything else, I felt like this match was still fun. And I think they showed a different side of Jungle Boy. At first, he didn't want to do the concerto, but he ended up doing it anyway to win the match. So to me, that's good storytelling. Right team won. I said it on the prediction show. Young Bucks are set. Cole didn't take the L physically. He didn't get pinned or anything, so he's still safe. Pay-per-view worthy. And so far, I'm kind of in a space where I haven't been before, where like all these matches have been good. Am I getting numb to this because I'm just waiting for some bullshit and I haven't gotten it yet? I mean, I know Book has, but me personally,
I mean, it is Book.
it just felt like the show it didn't have a come down at all. Like normally it would at least try to, okay, let's have a throwaway match, maybe not as bad as Big Show and what's his face.
QT Marshall.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot his name too. So
QT
that
Marshall.
shows you how bad it was.
I won't forget that. QT Marshall.
Yeah, that was kind of like all time bad. Hey, literally, that was just short of putting up on the screen intermission.
Oh, that was the crowd
It
saying.
would have been the same result.
That's the crowd saying, basically, "Fuck you, we're out of here." That's what that was.
Yeah, but go ahead, Book. What'd you think? It's your Young Bucks.
I love the Bucks. Obviously, that's not a shock to any of the listeners and the viewers. I can only go TV quality with this. And trust me, I'm being kind, because when I first graded this, I gave it some bullshit, but I rethought it and I'm like, okay, I can't do that. It's TV quality. So there were moments that were good, but there were just some moments in this match that were just kind of, and Christian was at the height of a lot of them. And at this point, WWE was really starting to annoy me in a AEW pay-per-view, because I was starting to feel like I'm watching a WWE pay-per-view, because I've heard Stunner, which we hear a lot, but they were going overboard. Concerto. That was just ridiculous. You do not need to call that a concerto. Just say a chair shot. You don't need to call it the concerto.
Double chair shot.
I mean, we already know what it is just for the fact that you're doing it. We can see it. You make it worse. Do you really want us to think about Edge at an AEW pay-per-view, especially with what Edge has been doing this year? That's just dumb. That was dumb. And there was definitely good moves in the match, but I'm like, once they kept calling it a concerto and they did it over and over and over again, I'm like, I'm supposed to be watching AEW, not WWE. So unfortunately for me, this had to go to TV quality. I get why you did this. You started it off with the throne, but this has got to stop. It's got to stop. I don't need to think about WWE. I don't. And that's all they made me do. And it would get worse.
Yeah, the references to WWE are getting a little bit tiresome. The concerto thing, I only gave it a little bit of a pass because Christian was in the match. So I don't know if that's why they felt the need to throw that out there. But the match itself, I still went pay-per-view worthy just because I thought the work was good enough. It's something about this pay-per-view, and I hate to reference All Out. I mean, we all were in Chicago and sat in on one of the epic pay-per-views, I feel, of all time. And all of us have been watching wrestling for a long time. What we saw there was absolutely historic. And so I'm trying to watch this without comparing it to that. But it's hard to, yeah, man, it's hard to see what we saw tonight. It just wasn't in the same ballpark as what we saw in September.
Might have given QT
Right.
Marshall Beach Show better grade.
But still, look, pay-per-view worthy. Once again, I'm going to give this match. It seemed like a going theme in most of these matches was most of them had pretty good work, but there was just some sort of awkward moment that just kind of like, what? You know, kind of took away from the match a little bit. That was kind of the case here, but it was still pay-per-view worthy to me. So look, we're watching a pay-per-view. I think I've given all of the matches I've rated pay-per-view worthy, so I shouldn't be disappointed, but somehow it's just not, it's just still, even though it's pay-per-view worthy, it's just still not anything special.
I think I know what the problem was or is. Great matches, right? But they all don't have to go 20 minutes. I don't have the exact time for each match, but every match, the first 4 matches at least, felt like none of them went shorter than 15. So when you do that, you can be putting out the best content you got. I mean, it doesn't matter. But I think the variance of length in matches, that's why you have certain matches be fast paced, and we'll give you 6-7 minutes and we're gone. Like every match doesn't have to be 15, 20 minutes because that's, you know, the second match was they said 60-minute time limit. Why? It doesn't need to be. So yeah, I think that's what I was kind of hinting at before. Like there's been 4 matches and they've all been good, but I just don't feel like I guess there's no other way to say it, like I did it all out.
One thing I got to throw in, and I almost forgot it, and you told me not to forget it, and I almost did.
I forgot it too then.
The pink. Obviously, you know, when you saw the Bucks come out, the first thing you think of was
Ivan
Bret Hart.
Ooze.
But halfway through the match, I started thinking, wait a minute. This isn't about Bret. This has got to be Owen. This has got to be about Owen because of what they're doing with Owen, which should be celebrated.
But see,
I started thinking Owen. Now, obviously, Bret, you can connect it with Bret as well. But I think also Owen had to be a part of that.
But, you're talking about what Adam Cole was wearing.
Right. See, you saw purple, but we saw pink.
It's pink. It was pink.
So that's what,
Pink.
It was pink.
To me, like when the Bucks and Cole came out, I thought they were paying homage to
Bret.
The Hart Foundation. To me, it looked like pink and black. But to you, did it look like purple?
It was pink. Because even Tony
JR
even said, he said it looks like it's a Bret Hart celebration or something.
Yeah, but that's the weird thing about it is that it wasn't the normal pink we would see with the Hart Foundation. But
right.
I thought I saw
like
black and
Adam
pink.
Adam Cole's gear looked black and pink, but the Bucks look. Excalibur even said they got the purple in their beards. That's kind of why.
Yeah, see,
I went with that because the Bucks had on purple, but Cole had on black.
It's weird, but Jim Ross was commenting on everybody saying it looks like a tribute to Bret Hart.
Yeah,
maybe they got their shades. They probably got their shades wrong.
It wasn't the right shade of pink for the Hart Foundation, but when they came out, that's what I saw. I saw black and pink, but maybe that's just me being a Hart Foundation homer.
Well, I'm not a homer. That's what I thought.
I just thought like we're gonna see in the match later on that all this was for Prince, a Prince homage. Which since we're here, I just want before I forget.
That'd be later.
This is an obvious one later.
That'll be later.
Yeah. I just want to shout out Prince and say rest in peace to Prince. And obviously, there was a lot of tributes to Eddie Guerrero tonight. So I actually got in my feelings a little bit because I was like, man, I sure miss Eddie. And then also don't want to bring the show down, but I can't help. It's Minneapolis. It wasn't that long ago, and I refuse to forget. Rest in peace, George Floyd.
Yes, yes.
So
Well, Minneapolis, I mean, is a great city. I've been there many times. Obviously, I don't think I've ever shared this with the listeners. Prince is my all-time favorite musical artist. I was a huge Prince fan. Saw him in concert 5 times. Epic every time. Devastated when he died. So it was nice to see the tributes. I don't know how anybody can look at the footage of George Floyd and not be changed after watching that. It was just a horrible moment in history. And then Eddie Guerrero. I had forgotten about this until later in the podcast. Eddie Guerrero passed away. He passed away in Minneapolis. I was telling Mike, Sasha Banks was this is before her wrestling career. She was a young lady there to see Eddie in the 4th row, signs made, and didn't find out that Eddie had passed until she was at that show in Minneapolis. Chavo found him in his hotel room before he was supposed to be at the show. He had passed away. Yeah. So for a lot of reasons, Minneapolis is a special city, and there was a lot in this pay-per-view tonight to be paid tribute to. And I think we should acknowledge that.
And you said it, you and I traveled some miles to go watch Eddie because he had just become the WWE champion.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to see Eddie, the champ, because he deserved it so long ago. And that's one of those shows I always will remember, the travel there and seeing Eddie finally as a champion. So
yeah,
we bought the same shirt, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we live in Des Moines, Iowa. We drove 30 miles north to Ames to see Eddie. It was a house show, but Eddie was the champion, and we wanted to see that. And he came out in the lowrider. Look, it was a house show. The arena held 15,000 people, but there wasn't nearly that many there. But Eddie came out in the lowrider and did his whole thing, and we were honored to be there. And it was only a few short years later that he passed, and we're so glad that we were there that night.
And this is when house shows were actually entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of history. You know, I know Minneapolis is probably a tough place to go for a lot of wrestlers because of Eddie. So, Pac and Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. Got 4 WWE rejects in this match, so to speak. That bastard Pac. I enjoyed this too. I mean, it wasn't as fast paced as the other matches, I will say that. And I mean, Cody hasn't done anything to get booed the way he's getting booed. I mean, because he got a TV show, like JR was saying, it's because he got a TV show. I mean, he's not like, he's just the same as Kenny is saying. He got the same amount of rank as Kenny in the Bucks. I don't know. Whatever. I thought this was good. A good match. I like the finish. The finish was great. I cannot stand the fact though that Malachi Black is in a tag team match. Hate it. He should not be in a tag team match ever as this character, this dark. It's like tagging Undertaker with I don't know, Kevin Nash back in the day. Like, you just took away all the mystique. You can't do that. Not that it is any shade working with Kevin Nash. It's the fact that you're trying to build him up to be this mystical character. The rules don't apply to him, right? That's why he comes out with the antlers on and the lights go out. If the lights go out, you shouldn't be tagging with nobody. I'm sorry. It's just all theatrics. It's all that's smoke and mirrors. But I like that Pat got the win here with that was it Black Arrow? That's what it's called. And pinned Andrade. Blake's not gonna like that, but it happened.
I did.
I didn't mind it. I mean, you can't win every match just because you're Andrade. But this was low pay-per-view worthy, but still pay-per-view worthy. Still no qualms with the show so far, but not wowed either. You know what this pay-per-view was like for me? It's like watching an action movie nowadays where the climax is a city blows up. And yeah, because every other action movie in the last 10 years, the city has blown up. It's just, you're not doing anything I haven't seen. While what you're doing might be intriguing and interesting, and other parts of the match was interesting, the overall was just the same, but it wasn't bad. So I gotta call a spade a spade. It was pay-per-view worthy. Low, but there. Book 'em.
Middle of the road. It stayed right in the middle. Nothing terribly bad. Nothing terribly good. Nothing really stood out for me. I mean, I love watching Pac. I mean, I wish they would do more with him, which was why I was so glad he got this win. Sorry that somebody had to be the sacrificial lamb and get beat and pinned, but somebody had to be the sacrificial lamb. As far as Cody, I don't know what they're doing. Just turn the man heel. Just get it over with. It's clear that's what everybody wants. Just do it. I don't know what I was saying it to him. I don't know what that man has done. He ain't winning. He's not winning. He's losing a lot. He's not walking around getting title shot after title shot after title shot. He's not being Roman. I mean, I could get it maybe a little bit if that was occurring. He's not doing anything. And I even said it to you. What? Because he's got show. What? I mean, I don't know what Cody has done to deserve a lot of these boos, because he was getting viciously booed. He got booed right off the bat, and then they were quiet. Then they just didn't pay him no mind, which is almost completely disrespectful. So I'm starting to feel bad for him, because I mean, he doesn't deserve that. But just get it over with. Just turn him heel. It's clear it's what the crowd wants. All you're doing is making it worse by making him stay as a face. Just do it, get it over with, and be done with it. But middle of the road, nothing really stood out. I'm glad Pac got a win finally.
You know, I actually thought my boy Andrade had a good showing in this match. So did Pac. But yeah, Cody. They just have to decide what direction they want to go with Cody. The crowd, some of them, a few of them like Cody. A lot of them weren't with Cody. And I on our prediction show, I said, well, I thought maybe Cody, you know, there's been talk of him going heel, or he's been saying I won't go heel. And I thought maybe he would in this match. He didn't, but I thought it might have been a good time for him to happen, because the one thing about this pay-per-view, there was nothing that was shocking or surprising to this point, really. I mean, most of our predictions are going the way we thought. I think we might have disagreed on some, but I mean, there just was nothing that was like earth-shaking. We're like, wow. And I thought this was a chance in this match where they finally could have said, okay, look, you know, let's go ahead and change the dynamic with Cody and go a different direction and see where that goes. They didn't. Cody wasn't even a part of the finish at all. It's like, to me, the whole story of the match should have been Cody, but Cody was just an afterthought. He didn't play a part in the ending. He didn't really play a big part in the match.
They were booing him when he was on the outside.
Yeah, so for me, it was kind of anticlimactic, but the work, man, I'm gonna have to go high TV quality. I can't quite go pay-per-view worthy. Like I said, I thought Pac and Andrade were both good. I agree with you that I didn't think Black fit in a tag team role. I don't think Mike said it, but he was referring to him as Bullwinkle because of the antlers. I didn't think they were nearly that bad.
God damn.
But yeah, man,
I wasn't gonna go there.
I could only go TV quality because I thought Pac and Andrade were the only ones who really showed up and showed out and did their thing in this one.
I hate you, Book. God, I'm not gonna be able to unsee.
I'm surprised.
I'm not gonna be able to unsee
man.
that shit now. Every
I
time he
wouldn't-
comes out now, I'm gonna be thinking, "Fucking
Hey, Rocky,
That's what I
Right.
watch
thought.
you pull a rabbit out of a hat.
That's what it looks like. It looks like freaking Bullwinkle.
Oh man,
That's what it looks like.
Well, that character's ruined for me.
That character is fine. Just don't wear the stupid
No.
deer thing.
No,
Don't
well,
wear
that's
it.
part of his gimmick.
No, it doesn't need to be.
I actually think the antlers look cool. I don't think it looks anything like Bullwinkle. Antlers and
It doesn't.
whatever Bullwinkle has are totally different.
Whatever. That's what I thought. I was looking around for Rocky flying around.
Listen, Daddy, you're gonna have to put them polka dots on and let them know how you feel.
Why the polka dots, man? Let's go back.
Because that's what he's
let's
known
go back
for.
to no,
That's
man.
what
No.
he's known for.
He's known for the Hard Times promo. He's known for his elbow.
He said
the
it
polka
himself.
dots. The polka dots are at the end of his career. That's not what Dusty's.
He said it. He was laughing his way to the bank. With
Well,
them
yeah,
polka
he was
dots.
getting paid, but that's, don't do that to Dusty. Don't do that.
I didn't do
No,
it.
I was
Vince
just
did
saying
it.
something. Cody got to do something different. That was just the whole point of
There's
that.
some polka
But,
dots.
Well, get rid of the look, man. Look, his gear, the tattoo, everything, man. It's just kind of
well, the
tired.
tattoo's permanent.
Well, I know.
Can
Yeah,
you
well,
Well, you can get some lasers.
But man, whatever that is, man, that Uncle Sam jacket he be wearing, that's not permanent. He can get rid of that.
He's from the boys. That's what he looks like.
I don't know. Ty Conti versus Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker, for the AEW Women's Championship. I sure hope Ty Conti's all right. Because no. That power driver on the ring apron looked like she about broke her damn neck.
These moves on the apron make me nervous, but Book was telling me something.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the one earlier with MJF and Darby Allen, and MJF was selling the knee, but man, it didn't look like this. This she didn't tuck her head. This the kind of, she had that the kind of Liv Morgan syndrome. You got to tuck your head. Yeah. She's gonna be hurt. Yeah. But outside of that,
outside of a possible broken neck, outside of that.
Yeah, outside of being paralyzed, looking like Lex Luger.
Except for that little thing there. Except for that little thing.
I thought this match was TV quality. It was good. That word good was not great. It was not the shits either. I think having somebody that is student of the game like Ty Conti is and can wrestle, she really can. I think she can even wrestle circles around Britt Baker, but at the end of the day, Britt Baker is a bigger character. She's who the company is behind right now. Who she's backing, who the company's backing, and they got Rebel and Jamie Hayter and all that stuff. Even though Rebel's terrible, I'm sorry, she is. She's the shits. But I thought this was TV quality, not high, not low, just straight up. You could have ended a Dynamite with this match, and it would have been perfectly fine. But I just don't feel like it was worth a pay-per-view match. It ended up to end in a roll-up at that. Just So, Rob, you look like you disagree.
No, man. I agree because we talked about this. Look, I like Ty Conti. I liked her when she was in NXT. I like her now. Britt Baker is the right woman to be champion right now. Although, for me, the run is getting a little, it might be time to try to find someone to take her place a little bit. The run might be time for it to end. But this match was better than I thought. Still not great, but better than I thought. I just thought they could have found, it's a pay-per-view. I thought they could have found a better opponent for Britt Baker than Ty Conti. We've talked about Jade Cargill, Chris Statlander. Britt Baker's already beaten Ruby Soho, but I could have even bought a rematch between those two before I could have bought this match. But I could tell that both of these ladies were putting in the effort, especially I felt like Ty Conti was. So yeah, still though, I'm sorry, only TV quality. Even with the effort, the end result just wasn't there. Britt Baker and this glove she puts on, like, are we really supposed to believe that that in some way makes the move she's about to do more hurtful, it's just dumb. Stop it.
Hey, we believe the sock.
I didn't. I hated soccer. I thought that was dumb.
I mean, there was a sock.
You know what? Don't get me started on
We
it.
just talked about we just talked about Sacco and Rocco.
And plus he had that glove thing when he was just Mankind. I mean, yeah, but I'm sorry, man, that's not working. TV quality, that's as good as I can go. These ladies tried. They tried, and I give them credit for that. And I still think there's a bright future for Ty Conti, but it wasn't there. There was no chemistry. The chemistry, it just wasn't there. I can't go any higher than that. TV quality, that's it.
This was some bullshit. Come on, there was nothing to this. This was boring. This was mundane. I mean, you said you want to see it at the end. I wouldn't even want to see this on a pre-show. I mean, there was just nothing to this. Nothing.
End of Dynamite, not end of a pay-per-view.
I don't even want to see it at the end of Dynamite. Put it on the pre-show of that too. Britt Baker, her march to the title was great. Then she got the belt, which seems to be a common theme with some women champions, not just in AEW. WWE had that problem with a couple of people too, who the road great, then they got the belt, and it just didn't work. Yeah. Britt, it's just not working. And now I don't know who's the person that's going to be who will eventually take it. I would love it for somebody to be like Ruby or even Statlander. I do not want to see Goldberg, Mrs. Goldberg, who is exactly who that is. Blackberg, I even called her once. No, don't need to see that.
You also called Bobby. Didn't you call Bobby Blackberg at once?
Yeah, I've called him that. This is Mrs. Blackberg. I don't need that. She's just nothing but a friggin' female Goldberg, and she can't do anything. So I would like to see somebody like Ruby Soho or maybe Statlander who've proven they can do something in that ring. Cargill is nothing but a muscle-bound meathead. So this was just blah. So just blah.
Yeah. Book loved your 3GW password for the pay-per-view, by the way.
I actually I'm going through now still every day, doing a few at a time, just changing all my passwords, and I implore everybody to do the same thing out there listening, because hackers are hacking. Just change your passwords, at least annually change your passwords. And make them creative. Don't use names, just in any event. Next up, we had Eddie Kingston versus CM Punk. And this is one of the matches I was really looking forward to seeing, and it happened. It happened. Eddie Kingston's gonna come out of this feud as the babyface. I said it. He really is. I mean, the crowd was not feeling Punk tonight at all. They weren't singing Cult Personality like they were before, and I'm totally fine with that. If he's gonna go heel, this is a good way to go. I wanted it to be a DQ or even a count. I would have been okay with a count. This was like one of those very rare times where I did not want to see Eddie Kingston lose, and I knew AEW didn't want Punk to lose. But to have Eddie go out, and the crowd is clearly telling you they don't want him to lose, and he still loses. Even if it took 2 GTS, is fine. That's whatever. But at the end of the day, I didn't want to see him flat on his back with the L. And then the fact that I did like that, Punk tried to shake his hand, and he was like, "Nah, fuck that. Stay true, stay real, Eddie Kingston." And hopefully this is going to be a launch pad for him to be a big time babyface, and he'll get a big run. I don't know how big, because the brother still ain't gotten in any better shape, but You know, it's other layers to being a huge baby face. You gotta look a certain way, you know, like something. I ain't saying you gotta be.
He's got layers.
I ain't
He
saying
looks
you
a
gotta
certain
be
way.
built like.
He's
I
expecting
ain't saying you gotta
twins.
be ripped up like Brian Danielson or nothing like that, but you can't look like that. You know. But I thought this was kind of an old school brawler, hard hitting match. Punk was bleeding in this match, and the crowd interaction really picked it up. This was definitely pay-per-view worthy, and probably the outside of the main event, this was my highlight of the night outside the main event because the crowd was really showing their colors, and the fact that they still went against the grain. It's a mistake. It's talking about WWE. This is a WWE mistake. I would expect this from WWE. I would not expect them AEW to make this kind of mistake, but it is what it is. Still a great match. Book.
Oh, hell no.
Come on, man.
What?
I thought we were going to make it. I thought we were going to make it. All right. Hey, did you watch the video? Because I had it at the ready.
Get your own gimmick, bro.
You know, you don't need. Once we see you drink, we know what the grade is.
Right. I don't
Yeah, conveniently, it's in the word fireball right there.
Why we have to even go through this?
Because got to hear my opinion somewhat on it.
No, that, yes.
This was a flaming fucking dumpster fire F. And here's the thing, all the emotion going into it. I love the promos that they were doing back and forth with each other and the emotion going into this. But the problem is you still have Eddie Kingston involved. And you know, once the bell rings, that's it. That's it. He's terrible. I actually agree with CM Punk. He's a bum. I'm sorry. He's a bum. I mean, you're still walking around wearing your grandma's wrestling leotard from Iowa. I mean, you're a bum. Your moves, your punches, you're terrible. You are horrible. You are basically at this point a jobber. That's what you are. You're a jobber. So you started it with calling him Eddie Kingston. I'm just going to call him jobber because that's what he is.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, you got to correct him on that.
I didn't
that
start.
Was, was it Blake?
Brother. Yeah.
Was it Blake that started that? Yeah. Okay, fine. That's cool. I knew it was one of you, but I thought it was you.
Yeah, Blake's listening saying, hold up, wait a minute.
I'm sorry, Blake. That was you. I'm sorry. Okay. But you're right. He's Kingston, but I'm going to just call him jobber because he's just a jobber. I even picked you to win this because you need the win, because you don't win. You just don't. You are pathetic. You're the dregs of AEW. I can't wait for your fat ass to be gone. Just go away, you fat tub of goo. I saw you from the side and I thought you were pregnant. I don't care. You want to look like that in the ring. Don't tuck those wrestling leotards in there and have that side view making it look like you're expecting triplets. I'm sorry. He's just terrible. And this match was an F. And I felt bad for both parties because they did it wrong. That's what really pissed me off. CM Punk should have left this match a heel. He should have left this match a heel. They didn't do that. They screwed it up. This was an F. That's what really pisses me off, that they did this wrong.
Okay, and I see points from both of you. Here's the thing. First of all, Eddie could be a better wrestler, right? But as a character, look, his promo's on point. As a character, obviously he's over with the crowd. Look, CM Punk is CM Punk. We are all ecstatic to see him back. We love hearing Cult of Personality. But look, man, this is only his second pay-per-view, and now you can kind of see that, maybe he's overstaying his welcome a little bit. So you had an opportunity here to kind of do double a double positive for your company. Look, if you turn CM Punk heel, are you hurting the company at all? No. Punk is great as a heel. He's great as a face. But you have Eddie Kingston, who obviously a lot of the crowd is behind, despite the fact that, yeah, he might not have the best appearance. He might not have the best physique. He might not be the best wrestler, but he still resonates with the crowd. A lot of the crowd are behind him. So you could have, what I said on our prediction show is I said, look, it's Punk. He's going to win. But you could have done it in a way where you still leave Eddie looking strong. You elevate him somehow, some way out of this match. Sometimes you have to call an audible. Vince McMahon has done that. He's done that with Roman and Brock during I think it was WrestleMania. Hell, they've wrestled so many times. I forget which one, maybe 35, 30, not 36, 34, 35, where Roman was originally, Roman was originally supposed to win, but Vince said, well, but the crowd's not feeling Roman. So look, let Brock go over. They needed to make that kind of audible in this match because Eddie, the crowd was really feeling Eddie. And this was a chance where you could have said, look, even if Eddie doesn't get the win, don't have him go out like a Punk. Let CM Punk get a quick roll up or something like that. And then let Punk go for the handshake. And then let Eddie just beat his ass all over the ring. The crowd would have popped and you still have a feud at that point. You know, instead you have Punk win. Eddie looks weak. Punk tries to shake his hand and Eddie just walks out. That's just a bad look. You could have done this a way where you elevate Eddie because the crowd wants a reason to root for Eddie. They want a reason to like Eddie. They want a reason for Eddie to be that dude. You had a chance to do that and you didn't. Now, as far as the grade of the match, I still got to go TV quality because look, we've talked about Eddie. I like him, but the wrestling still isn't there. I didn't think Punk blew it out of the ring tonight either. Those GTSs to me just don't look as good as they used to look in WWE. Maybe that's just me, but I'm just being honest. They don't look as good. I thought this was
when you got to pick up a guy that's kind of heavy, it's a little hard.
Well,
that's why I gave both of them
the
thing. That's why I said both of them with a problem.
Fair enough. Either way, I feel like it was a missed opportunity for AEW to elevate Eddie. And like I said, you don't have to have CM Punk go full heel, but you could have had him go in that direction and you're not hurting your company at all because CM Punk, whether heel or face, is still great to have on your roster. But Eddie Kingston, who is this guy the crowd is feeling, once again, he loses a big match. And like Mike said, you're just giving the impression that all you think of him is that he's just a jobber. He's just a guy who can talk great smack, but then when push comes to shove, he's going to just take an ass beating. And you shouldn't do that. He should be better than that.
Exactly what they did to Bray Wyatt, by the way. Exact same thing.
Yep. Goldberg. You said it.
They better thank their fucking lucky stars that Sammy Guevara hit that spot because
oh, you know what I forgot? I can't believe I forgot this. You saw me do this. This is the third one I had. The first one, and I told Rob, when Andrade came out dressed like Black friggin' Mass from DC.
He's been doing it the whole time.
That's the first time I've seen it.
He's been doing it the whole time. He's been in AEW.
I've never seen that. It looks stupid.
I told you, Rob. This was gonna be some bullshit, right? Yeah.
Oh,
it was this close.
Oh, that's next.
It was this.
We said it.
This close. All right. Like I said, if it had not been for Sammy Guevara, this would have got GFY. I'd have been the only one of the night because that spot was nasty. This whole thing with Ethan Page and Iron Claw, Baron
Van Raschke.
Vaughn, yeah.
Claw, baby.
That's my childhood.
That's the Claw, baby.
I know his ass is old. He had no business, but I loved it.
It is the Claw, baby.
And then you got Dan Lambert coming out dressed like Nelly from 2001.
He wasn't the most ridiculous looking fool out there.
Sweat and suit.
Ain't nobody wearing velour suits no more.
Where'd they even find that damn thing?
Didn't Arn?
I don't know. They don't make them shit.
Didn't Arn Anderson wear one with his tracksuit?
No, he wasn't. He was
It wasn't velour.
It wasn't. No,
He wasn't.
It wasn't velour.
It wasn't velour.
Dan Lambert was wearing velour, man.
Yeah, no, Lambert was, but Arn wasn't.
No, Arn wasn't. No,
He just wore a poor man.
that shit. All he needed was a Band-Aid under his eye.
He needs to get another block.
But I will say this. I will compliment Junior Dos Santos. He looked good in the match with the little stuff they gave him. I mean, all I told him to do was, hey, you're the big, strong guy. And, you know, he's picking up and slamming Jericho's big ass. So, I mean, you know, he made it look clean.
And he took a suplex, a big one.
A double suplex.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he shows potential. You notice he didn't have the, Paige Van Zant and her husband out there because I don't foresee them being in the company, them getting signed. I think Junior will get it. He looked, I mean, dude's jacked. I mean, but he could move, though. He didn't look stiff. He didn't even look like
He did that flip.
out of place. He didn't look out of place. Yeah, the flip. I mean, he looked like he belonged.
Good. He looked like he'd been working.
Yeah, that's okay. He kind of fits into all this. But everything else with this match, man, this was.
Go ahead.
We got hockey sticks,
Footballs,
trash cans,
football,
and it's again another saving grace. They pulled out that Prince symbol.
Yeah, I was gonna say the love. It's called for the Prince fans listening. We all know that as the love sign.
You start and you mentioned it just literally like a minute before they did it.
Yeah.
You're like, where's the Prince tribute?
So yeah, that got a chant. This whole thing. Yeah, I mean, bullshit.
There you go.
This was some bullshit. Inner Circle won, and they should have. I mean, this would have been a goddamn disgrace to lose to a bunch of idiots, especially Dan Lambert.
Well, let's not call
who
Scorpio
doesn't know
Sky
what year it is. No, Scorpio Sky. He does not belong in this whole thing.
No, he doesn't.
No,
he can be on
very talented, very talented young brother. Doesn't do any singing or dancing. Just can cut a promo. He's one of the very few people to beat Jericho. It's I don't know. But,
he's their Ricochet.
Yeah, I guess they don't know what to do with him. He can take a bump, but Scorpio Sky can cut a promo though. That's the difference.
He can cut a promo.
But yeah, bullshit. Rob, go ahead. I don't want to talk about this shit no more.
All right, man. Well, look, this might be surprising. I told you that this had all of the makings of a train wreck. That was the reason you pulled out that huge bottle of Fireball that you pulled out. Now, was it a train wreck? I don't know if I would describe it as a train wreck, but I feel like it was a car wreck. Look, we talked about Junior Dos Santos, a couple of good moments. Andre Arlovsky, I don't know what the hell he was wearing, first of all.
Yeah.
But man, look, I'm sorry. With all of that said, was it better than I thought it was? Yes. But was it still some bullshit? Hell yes, it was. Hell yes, it was. Just like we thought it would be. This was a match that never should have happened. I feel bad for Scorpio Sky because I would like to see them really try to do something with him, get him out of this bullshit like we saw tonight.
Guerrero too.
Look, the Spanish God was the best part of this whole thing.
Well, those two were.
Yeah.
When they were in the ring, that was the best part.
Both of them were. But no, man. But still, look, some bullshit. Bottom line, even though it was better than I thought, because look, I thought I was going to be saying go fuck yourself on this one, but I'm saying some bullshit.
Yeah.
So it was better, but not by much.
No.
Yeah, so I'll join you and you do yours. Yeah, he gave me one, but I didn't feel like I should steal his thunder, so I couldn't
give it because of Sammy. Sammy did that move. I think that just saved you.
Don't care.
It just saved you.
Here we go.
Oh boy. Come on, y'all. This match had no prayer. It had absolutely no prayer.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Big E. Join in. Join in, join out.
You come on, just do it. This match.
No.
This match was worthless. There was absolutely no point to this match occurring. And what do I take from it? Well, a couple of things.
Oh boy.
Here we go. And he already knew what I was going to talk about. And if you saw it and remember it, you should know what I'm going to say first. What on earth have I been calling two certain wrestlers that are a part of the inner circle? I've been calling them fish floppers. Now, there was a moment where I might have let that go. Did you see the fish splash? I know you saw it. Fish floppers. That is now never going away. They are forever. I won't even dignify them by calling them by their proper names. You are forever to me a couple of friggin' fish floppers. That's just how it goes. You are horrible. You're terrible. And I see you guys do good moves in there. Why did you bring that back? And Tony Schiavone, it's a toaster. Why did you get so excited about a toaster?
I forgot about the toaster.
It's a toaster. I'm like, it brought me back to the days of, it's the Yeti. That's what it reminded me of. And all I wanted to do was say, this sucks. This is a friggin' fucking F, man. What on earth was this nonsense? But I will say this. Junior Dos Santos, I actually felt bad for you. Obviously, you feel bad for Sammy Guerrero, the Spanish God. Obviously, you feel bad for Scorpio Sky. But I didn't think I'd feel bad for you. Junior Dos Santos, you worked your ass off in this match. And for you, I give big time props. In fact, to me, I give you the MVP. I expect that performance from Scorpio Sky. I expect that from the Spanish God. I didn't expect a damn thing from you. And you showed up and you did your part. You looked like you belonged in the ring and it looked like you've been working hard. So big time props to you. But the rest of those fucking idiots, they were pathetic. And Andre Arlovsky, you used to be the most intimidating man in MMA. You looked like a buffoon in there. As soon as you walked out, I couldn't stop laughing. He can vouch. I was dying. I was just dying. You looked like a damn buffoon, like who dressed you like you had a different person dressing the top and the bottom. This was dumb. And the only thing that I will ever take away from this is Junior Dos Santos look good and the fish floppers forever. Fucking F.
And he didn't even mention anything about Dan Lambert.
Oh, Lambert was a buffoon.
I know that, but that's what I'm saying. That's how bad the match was. It was so bad that it made you forget about how bad Dan Lambert was. A buffoon,
I couldn't forget Dan Lambert.
He
no, I know you didn't, Big E, but yeah, Yeah, this
Lambert actually wasn't the worst thing about this, and I thought he would be.
I was sweating watching him just wear that shit. Like they don't make the fucking velour.
It actually fits him though.
But I can't remember the
Where did
last
he
time I even
find
heard the
that shit?
word velour.
He's a slimy character, so him wearing that's kind of what I would expect him to wear. I mean,
brother, I was
we
sweating
all remember what
just
Michael
looking
Cole
at it.
wore.
Yeah, but man,
Yeah.
I think I had
All
some
right.
velour shit when I was in high school about 40 years ago, but
Yeah, I mean
that's
Nelly
the
brought
last
it
time I can
back, but
remember.
that was
I
when
never
I
had
was
it.
in high school, and yeah, that was 2002.
I never had that shit.
But all right, they did a quick promo with Tony Schiavone bringing out the newest acquisition to All Elite Wrestling. Woo! Jay Lethal. I don't know how well this went for y'all, but I mean, it's just a promo segment. Him challenging Sammy Guevara. Yeah, I mean, I think that'll be a good match. Him and those two going at it. I haven't really seen much of Jay Lethal. I know he was in Ring of Honor, but Ring of Honor's kind of they haven't said they're shutting their doors, but they kind of are. So,
yeah, I don't know why they just don't just
the doors are shut.
Yeah, just break it down for everybody. It's dead and buried.
They're dead.
They're dead, but they're saying we're dead, but we're not buried. I mean,
yeah.
Just come on.
You don't have a foot in the grave. You got half your damn torso in there.
I'm just gonna jump in here. Look, I'm happy for Jay Lethal, but I'm hoping that Jay Lethal. You look, this is probably the biggest promotion you've ever been in. It's probably your last shot at glory, whatever it is you're still trying to get in this business. I'm hoping you can kind of carve your own niche. Most of us know you as the guy who imitates Flair, who imitates
Savage.
So, and just name the wrestler.
Oh, and in the music, did you hear the music came out too? Because I thought of y'all.
Oh no, remind me.
It was a remix of Randy Savage's thing.
Well, see, so that's my point. Is that dude? We know you're good at. We did a try not to laugh at him imitating Flair, going back and forth with Flair, and I cracked up. I mean,
we both did.
He sounded just like Flair. But dude, carve your own niche. Let's see who Jay Lethal really is. So, I was telling Book when I saw Jay Lethal come out, I'm like, I wish I would have asked this question on the podcast. When we were at All Out, once again, I hate to feel like we're comparing the two. But when we were at All Out, we saw the debut of Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson. And I meant to ask you,
Ruby Soho.
And Ruby Soho also. I meant to ask you, what appearances, like what surprise guests would we see here? Would we see? And of course, my thing is like, well, look, Bray Wyatt, his 90-day no compete is up. And we get Jay Lethal. So I'm happy for him, but I'm a little underwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you're not the only person that was looking for Bray Wyatt. There were a lot of people thinking Bray Wyatt was going to show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you actually
or should I
thought
say?
Bray was gonna show.
No, I didn't. I just think there's a lot of people that were speculating that Wyndham was going to show up.
So you didn't know that Jay was going to show?
I didn't know Jay was going to show up.
It was all over the internet. I saw it.
I don't look at that stuff anymore.
I try not to. So look, I didn't know. I didn't pop for it. It was like, oh, Jay Lethal. Did you pop for it?
Yeah. No, it was just like, oh, yeah, Jay Lethal. That's cool.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as Jay goes.
I just mentioned it because it was on the show. That's
I get it.
I know, but he said his point.
Yeah,
as far as me, you're pathetic. I mean, you can't even come up with your own character. You steal everybody else because you can't come up with your own damn character. So to me, you're worthless. And the first thing you said, you impersonated Flair. So to me, you're the same bum that was over there in TNA that couldn't come up with your own stupid gimmick. You couldn't come up with one thing on your own. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a damn about you in wrestling. Go to hell, and I hope the Spanish God kicks your head off. So I don't care about that bum.
Okay. Well, we've got the main event. Kenny Omega defending his AEW World Championship against Hangman Adam Page. A match we've all been looking forward to for a long time. This is, I want to say, Hangman's third attempt, maybe second attempt at the title. Kind of obvious the way this was gonna go, but it's fine. Sometimes being predictable is okay. It's about the execution. So I thought this was a really good match. I liked that. I think they had some gravitas to the entrances. You know, I wanted to see Hangman come out on the horse though. Like you did a video package with him on the horse, and then he just walks out. Like, no, ride the horse out, man. And then
Probably didn't want horse shit out on the ramp and stuff.
Well, they did it before. That's all. You know, Kenny Omega comes out with that idiot Don Callis. I can't stand it.
Like Don Callis, man.
No.
He does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, man. Anyway, the match itself was damn good. I think these two will always have good chemistry. Again, this is kind of the story of the night. Really good pay-per-view worthy match. I kind of knew how it was gonna go. I did like this ending though, because it didn't go how I thought it was gonna go. The Bucks come out at the end, and you know they had been trying to do their moves. I like that. You know, Hangman went for the dead eye. I think he got countered, and then he even tried to do a one-winged angel. He hit a one-winged angel, and I was like, oh, that's you know, kind of poetic, because nobody kicks out a one-winged angel, and I thought he was gonna pin him with it. Well, it's also poetic that the one person to kick out of the one-winged angel is Kenny Omega. So okay. And he was hitting. The worst part was he was hitting all these V-trigger knees, but thankfully Page was countering and clotheslining Kenny Omega's head off his shoulders almost. And like I said, the Bucks came out, and you would think that they were going to get involved and do the whole trick of the trade like normal, but it was almost like they were like, "No, we just want to see you finish this. Just finish him off." And he did. Buckshot Lariat, new champ. And I don't know where the elite go from here, but I didn't need to see the Dark Order idiots come out there. And I know that they have a friendship, but it just kind of took away from the moment to me, especially them all dressed up and I don't know. They all look alike. John Silver, they all and Stu Grayson, they all look the fucking same, just different heights. I don't know. Well, yeah. I It was pay-per-view worthy, and I'm gonna throw to Rob. Go ahead.
Well, man, look, I thought I enjoyed this match. I think this snuck right into superb for me. I think for me, this was the match I enjoyed the most on the night. We had a night full of just pay-per-view worthy bullshit and TV quality. This one for me snuck right into superb. I predicted Hangman to win, and that's not the reason I'm giving it the grade I'm giving it. I just thought it was good work. Kenny Omega has carried this company on his back. He's been a great world champion. And look, I don't know if he's going to go away and take what I think is a well-deserved break, because man, this guy has been grinding. But you know, if the great Kenny Omega is going to give up the title and pass the torch, I think Hangman is the right man at the right time. And we'll see how his title reign goes. But I enjoyed the match. You know, for a pay-per-view that I thought was just average and at many times below average, this was definitely a high spot. If you're going to have a pay-per-view that's not that great, at least end it well. And I thought they did that tonight. And I thought this match was, look, obviously this match is going to end the card, but I thank God, because I think this was the best match on the card. So it snuck right in to low superb for me. And took what was, I thought was just an okay pay-per-view, made it just a slightly above average pay-per-view for me.
All right. For the listeners, obviously, you know, Kenny's my guy. He is the second best wrestler in the world under Charlotte Flair. Under Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair.
I don't give a damn what she does in the back. She's still the best.
I'm making that a thing. It's Charlotte Flair.
It's Charlotte Flair. It's not even close. As far as this match, damn it. I gave it an instant classic, actually.
Oh.
I said on your YouTube page that this would be the match of the night. I knew it would be. I had no doubt of it that this would be. And it absolutely was. They did everything out there. Does it hurt me to see Kenny Omega lose the belt? Yeah, damn right it does. But I'm glad he lost it to somebody worthy. Had he lost it to some unworthy bum like Eddie Kingston, I would have been pissed. Adam Page is more than worthy to be the AEW champion. You can argue he should have been the first one instead of blubbery Jericho. So I get why they did it, but Adam Page, you can argue he should have been the first. He's totally worthy. The match was very entertaining. And there was something obviously at the end, because he didn't want me to say a word when the Bucks showed up. Now, when the Bucks first showed up, again, if listeners know, I'm a Bucks fan. They're my team. I said to him immediately, they are not going to help Kenny. They're just not going to help him. I could tell on the looks on their faces, they were going to let him lose. And did it bother me that they did that? No. I think the Bucks needed to let him lose. I think you need to separate them immediately. And the fact that they let Kenny lose, I love the Bucks more for that. Is this going to give Kenny some time away? The man deserves it. He's carried the organization on his head, his back, his ass, his arms, his legs. He's carried this place. He needs the time off. The Bucks need to regain themselves, because they've been on a bit of a losing streak, and it pisses me off. But this was a damn good match. It sucks to see Kenny, my God, Omega, lose, but he lost to a worthy person. I predicted that Adam would win. I am glad he's the champion, because he is a very worthy champion, and he's going to take AEW to new places, definitely. And this was a very good match. This is the only match of the whole night that I would ever want to watch again. The rest of this pay-per-view can suck it, but I would watch this match. So for me, instant classic and ultimate respect to Kenny, my God, Omega.
Cowboy shit.
Yep. Well, I disagree. There was a couple matches on here I'd watch again, but I mean, overall, it just feels like overall.
I didn't think nobody heard that, but no. Hey, man, one and done.
The mic,
one and done.
The mic is actually very good. It's going to pick that up.
It was a good show, but it had a lot of just good on it. A couple great spots, but I think the tone, they never shifted. and the match, some of the matches didn't need to be that long. That's kind of one of the problems. Because this could have been a 3-hour show, and it probably would have been way better. They just cut down some of these matches.
You could have eliminated a couple.
It's like a Raw show. Cut the shit down, and maybe it's better. That's what this pay-per-view could have been. Cut it down, it would have been better.
You could have eliminated. There's about 2 matches you didn't need to have here.
Yeah,
you could have eliminated a couple.
But we're getting long in the teeth here, so let's go ahead and close this out. So make sure you check out Third Generation Wrestling Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all kinds of content on YouTube, different types of content, reaction videos, trailer reactions, movie reviews, trying to laugh challenges, all that good stuff is on there. And of course, got a shout out to Countdown Podcast 2020, MJ Books, the host. Check out the latest episode, Top 10 Heels. I started it. I'm going to finish it. It was very entertaining. So, yeah.
Big props. I got to give props to Warren Marlowe, Buzzing with Marlowe.
All right, Marlowe, keep buzzing.
Right on. And coming up, we've got the Joker movie review, along with Rundown.
Forgot about that one.
And then Survivor Series, which I'm just whatever.
Have fun with that. This is gonna be that's gonna be crap.
I don't know. I'm not.
Not as bad as
I don't think.
It's not gonna be as bad as a certain other pay-per-view coming up.
No, I don't think it's gonna be bad. I just the build-up has been shit. That's all. Outside of Becky and Charlotte, nothing really matters.
You can say that about another pay-per-view coming up.
Look, Big E and Roman have to come face to face at some point, and if they do that right, I could really get jacked up for this.
I mean, they're building towards that, obviously.
And I mean the
what
fake
happened on
Big E.
SmackDown.
You're the real, I don't mean the real Big E. I'm talking about the fake Big E on Raw.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
He's been Big E a little bit.
Appreciate y'all for watching. Oh, this fucking computer. Appreciate y'all for watching and listening. And Ambassador, close us out, please.
Hey, listeners, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We apologize I apologize for myself. I probably had a little too much to drink tonight. I apologize, but we love y'all. Let's hear from you. And veterans, once again, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Can't say it enough. All joking aside, we joke. We like to have fun here, but veterans, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you for your
ladies
service.
And gentlemen. Thank you.
Like my dad. Thank my dad.
Yes, definitely.
And you too, sir.
Well, I already gave my props to the real Big E, but let me do it on the show.
I'm doing it on the show for the first time here, so
Big E is still serving our country right at this moment, serving our country right now, and we appreciate it.
I'm a coward. I wouldn't do it. I can boldly admit it. I am a coward. I wouldn't do it.
Oh man. All right, well, we appreciate y'all again, and we'll speak to y'all again on the next one.